Hi, so my name is Trichi and I am on the floor talking. So in today's video, I will be talking about how to use social media appropriately. So social media can be many things. It can be a safe place or a battlefield depending on how we use it. Sometimes we users tend to forget that we're interacting with real humans too in this space, and we can make a positive or a negative impact to anyone depending on how we use this advanced media of communication. We can be a savior to someone, a danger to some, or a threat to others. That is why we mustn't be irresponsible, because we never know how our actions affect others. Usually, you do not see the humans interacting with your post, the comment section, or the platform in general, but that does not ultimately mean we could behave as if no being is watching or observing us. It is not to say we are restricted in social media, but just a reminder that we have limitations, and to be responsible is to adhere to this, to these limitations, as well as the standards and etiquettes set to make this platform a safer environment for everyone. How you utilize social media is up to you. But just a reminder or just a piece of advice, don't be irresponsible, running around in this space as if everyone will praise you for your uncanny behavior. Be a user of etiquette, one who knows their limits in this cyberspace, yet is able to move freely. How do you do that, you may ask? Let me enumerate 5 tips for you on how to behave and use social media appropriately or accordingly. Be respectful. Be respectful to everyone's culture, religion, gender, psychology, socioeconomic status, as well as their time, privacy, and so on. Remember, your words may not mean to you, but it means so much to people, especially when you criticize them. If somehow you feel the urge to speak your mind out and you know it's negative, step away from your keyboard, because your opinion may destroy the person's confidence, reputation, dignity, and it may start an argument, which leads us to point number 2. Do not engage in fights on social media. Only morons would start a fight on social media. Remember that. Why are they morons? Because their only goal is to prove themselves and not to arrive at a reasonable conclusion. Sometimes we want to prove ourselves on the internet that we're better than one another on the platform, but frankly, it's so shallow and idiotic. What's worse is that your argument may degrade someone, so it's even more ridiculous when it gets to someone negatively. Moving on to tip number 3, avoid harming anyone. I know we all know what cyberbullying and cybercrime is in general, so I presume we already know its impact on people. If you don't know, this type of action or motive on social media can have a deadly impact. Some people might fall into a whirlpool of emotions, negative emotions, because of it, which will lead to self-harm or worse, unaliving one's self. Suicide. So, as someone who is sane, avoid cybercrime. Do not harm anyone. Do not try to bully someone on the internet. Do not engage in human trafficking. Those are just examples of cybercrime. It is illegal and harmful. So, rather, be a positive source to people. Spread love, not hate. Furthermore, do not spread false information about someone, i.e., do not make rumors about them, because it might lead to something horrible. It might ruin someone's reputation, confidence. Anyways, moving to number 4. Do not spread just any information you find on social media, because just because it's on social media, that doesn't mean it is true. Not everything you see on the internet It's true. Especially informations that has something to do with someone's life, about health, showbiz, history, and so on. Most of them might be sugar coated or modified, hence, fact checking is essential. How do you do so? Try to look up the headline or title of the topic and see if the contents of different sources match. It's what we call data triangulation, trying to find different sources of, one topic. If the data do not match, the informations you might have received are false. All of those posts on Facebook about health, science, and so on are risky because some might fall into it and might disseminate it without knowing that it's false, or so be mindful and responsible in checking the credibility of the information. This also goes to information about someone, or what we call rumors, chismes in Tagalog. Uh, do not spread do not spread it if you're not sure of its credibility, because it might be harmful to the person centered in the rumor. And moving on to number 5, which is the last but not the least in my list, spread positivity and do not cause harm. I think most of us can agree that a lot of us go to social media to escape reality. So why spread negativity, right? If our purpose is to feel less lonely and depressed in it, be a beacon of positivity and hope on social media and do not promote harm, because it can have an impact to anyone. Based off experience, I have been going through a depressive state, but finding people such as the singer-songwriter Aurora Axnes, who spreads nothing but love, passion, and devotion to her craft, really helped me out in trying to battle my struggles. Positivity goes a long way, so don't take it for granted. Sharing memes is funny, but remember your limitations. Be reminded that limitations are not restrictions, they're just fence that protects us and makes our environment a lot safer. It makes the environment a lot safer to move around. This not only applies to social media but also in real life. The etiquettes you exhibit mustn't only be limited to social media but also should be manifested in your daily lives. Your takeaway in this video presentation should be to not cause harm, not spread negativity, and be responsible in using social media in general by respecting every user as well as not spreading false information. These are just some of the things to remember in how to use social media appropriately. Yet it can already make a big impact once you apply them. If you already exhibit these tips, then good, keep it up because you are somewhat part of the safer space on social media. That is all for today's video. I hope you gained some knowledge. If you have any questions or feedback, feel free to comment it down below. Again, it's Richie Mshidadano. Peace out.